with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
On the ball, on the ball.
Stafford on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The linebacker C.J. Mosley in on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gun! Here we go now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. A'Shawn Robinson continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And the Lions have recovered.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
When you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw, Stafford. This is screen to Abdullah. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Stafford now on second down. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amir Abdullah, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing is Stafford. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Drill right, 22.
3rd and 2, Stafford. This is Johnson, he's got it. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Stafford gives to Abdullah. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They go back to Abdullah on 1st. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Hey, tag 32, tag 32. Stay 50, stay 50.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Stafford. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's West. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. From the red zone now, Stafford. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. To the air again, Stafford. Escape, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, middle. Ready? Hey, big 20. Go here.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Amir Abdullah with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions add on to their lead. And it's 15-0. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. A'Shawn Robinson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. As they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
They'll look to set up his blockers. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Redskins there out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down at Stanford. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Alex Anzalone not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Devin Funchess, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Stafford now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. The final shot before the break. Stafford Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Meanwhile, down in Chicago, and an early advantage in that one for the Giants. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Alex Anzalone in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19.
Set. 3.
Looking to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A toss to Abdullah. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Abdullah again. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Gordon. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Monday.
Here's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there, Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defense has only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Stafford. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Linval Joseph in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Stafford gives to Abdullah on the draw. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one good for 14 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
But it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for them. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Again, it's Abdullah. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And out now come the Vikings. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Right back to him on first down. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like, you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now Stafford keeps himself upright, steps away to his left, and that's off the mark, incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that, and even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Forced out to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Try to lay one up deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Teez Tabor, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 18. They start the drive with Abdullah. Finding room at the 30. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And Abdullah lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pressure comes and down he goes. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Go here.
A handoff to Abdullah. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing on third down, Stafford. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will swell the lead to 16. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And they begin the drive with a duel. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They pitch to Abdullah, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now out comes Minnesota. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Being chased, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put their